One day it was going, after I graduated from high school, 1968, went to City College and was intrigued with the Black Student Union over there. At that time, Charles Bronson, he was over there at running the Black Student Union, speaking about Black liberation and helping the people in the struggle that we had. And at that time, I wasn't really politically inclined. I was more to the streets. And I had a bad record. I had been incarcerated since I was like junior high school. I was in and out, and I had no direction. I was lost out here. And when I was going to City College, I noticed Black Panther Party literature there, and Charles was recruiting to coming out and just like we're doing now, meeting and discussing the issues of the day. So then I decided to join the party, and right over here in Oak Park, we used to have meetings, and at that time they had Black Panther members, Panthers in training. You want a Black Panther at that time. He was in training to see if you was dedicated or willing to give your life in effort for the benefit of the people. So we went from there, and he gave me, I'm a Wally now, gave me guidance and made the person who I am now. And I have to thank him and the people around me that made us who we are. Because it was real tough in those days. Oak Park was much different than what it is now. Much different. It had storefronts all the way down here. They had housing over here and everything. And we was trying to, once we got Amawale had gotten some people from City College, and we started a chapter down here, and we got an office down on 35th Street, and we started handing out and taking care of the problems in the community. One of the problems that we had in the community, besides homelessness, hungriness, was violence. You know, we had a big violent thing here in Oak Park. Shootings all the time. Down on 35th Street by the archway right now, they just shoot right down there. They had a little group down there they called Black Soul that was funded by the government. And we was in the middle of the block, they was at the end, and across the street from us was the Nation of Islam. And Black souls were down there, and the government was giving them money to the guys down there that we grew up with in the hood, giving them money so they could buy drugs and sell them to the neighborhood and create nonsense. Killing people in the neighborhood. And Amawale, at that time, things had got so bad that he had declared martial law. See, there's some things that a lot of people don't know about. That the party declared martial law down here in Oak Park and told them, you cannot bring your guns on the street no more. And that was a really big move at that time, even today, telling people you can't bring your guns because people were scared to come down there on, they used to call it a Red Star Day, 1st and 15th. It was welfare day. Everybody was getting their checks cashed. So they would wait down there and rob the old people. They couldn't go through the streets and everything, so Amawale declared martial law, and we went there and we enforced it. And that was a few things that we did, and the next thing we was doing the Free Breakfast for Children program. which we fed. And Amawali and other Panthers was going around collecting donations. We got them from Crystal Creamery. We got them from the different organizations to supply us. Amawali did a great job on that. We had great sponsors. We was at the church right around the corner here by the library. We was feeding probably 200 kids at that time. We would pick them up, cook for them, and take them to school. And then afterwards, we'll take them, we had public education classes in the afternoons at the school, at the office there, and teaching them political education and educating people of what's going on here, how they can benefit their lives, about the housing and the different other things. The party had programs where they developed medical teams and programs to help the community. They had extermination things where you go in the community to kill bugs and stuff like that, exterminate your house. So it was different things that the party did. And also the party started the handicap wheelchair accessibility things throughout the state for the United States. The Black Panther Party, you guys probably didn't know that, did you? Oh yeah, see, we was doing all kinds of different things that people didn't know about. So, the party had really changed my life and changed a lot of other people's lives around here. After we was doing all these things, being successful, we was having a party, not a party, but Father's Day riot. Assembly over here, picnic over here in Oak Park. They call it Father's Day riot because the police ended up shooting them. That day, Amawali had came out and they had surrounded Oak Park. They set up right here at the gas station here, Stop and Shop. They set up paddy wagons. Right here at the Bank of America, they set up paddy wagons. 12th Avenue, Sacramento Boulevard, they set up paddy wagons. Oak Park Market, they set up paddy wagons. So they blocked off the whole park, sitting there. The LA Tech Squad had came here. It was the first time that they had Tech Squad. LA had used down in LA, they were going to demonstrate to the Sacramento Police Department how to use it. That day, they gave out about 50 tickets for double parking down here in Oak Park that people stop and talk to each other. They was giving them out. Right here at McGeorge College of Law, they sat there and they had about 300 police lined up, billy clubs, nightsticks, and shotguns. They sat there, and about 4 o'clock, they lined up, and they started marching through the park, and started shooting. The ones in front had billy clubs, the ones behind them had shotguns. They started shooting into the crowd with kids, families, and everything. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. People was unarmed, people was chaos, they were shooting, people got shot. They brought them down here and they told people to get off the streets. And they crowded them down 35th Street. But 35th Street was closed on Sunday. All the stores were closed. How could you get off the streets? You couldn't go through the buildings. Only place was open was the Black Panther Party office. We opened up the office, they came through the office, went through the building and through the alley and out. That's how they got out there, because they were crowding people down the 35th Street and they had paddy wagons at the end in a V. And they were beating them up with nightsticks and throwing them in. It was bad. I don't know, the riot lasted probably a day and a half. A lot of people got hurt, a lot of property got damaged. They shot up the office. I was in the office at that time because me and Brother Links was in there in the office. We were letting people come through and we had our counter right in front. Who was there? That's when police came to the office and we had our sandbags over there in front of the windows in those days, and they started shooting. We had chairs in front of us like this, like you're sitting right now, and the bullets were hitting the chairs and making them flip. Just like this, just like you see on TV. I couldn't believe it. It was shooting, going up in the air, and the only thing that saved us, the county that was behind us had sandbags. They shot up the whole office, then they tear gassed it. Oh yeah, they tear gassed the whole place because they thought people wasn't coming out. It was trapped in there. But it was only me and Lynx, Brother Lynx. We went out the back door, and the next day they came through and said that we were shooting out into the street. That's why they were shooting into us. But they have documentaries, and Charles Amawale at that time was speaking to the press, the community, even the city manager and stuff came down and was giving support to the Black Panther Party because we were doing such a good job in the neighborhood, bringing them and helping them out. They gave us support. Then after that, the office was closed because it was all in rambles, tore down. They called Amawale and the rest of the people from the Black Panther Party here back to Oakland, down to the National. Some of us stayed. I was one that stayed. A few of us stayed here in Sacramento that didn't go. Because we didn't, at that time, we wasn't, Sacramento chapter here, we supported ourselves. We didn't have, we had means of support. We had, either you had a job or you just lived off your parents. I lived off my parents because I lived across the street from Oak Park. On the other side of 6th Avenue, I lived across the park and go to the office every day. I gave up my education. I gave up a job and everything else just to serve the people. And I wasn't the only one. There's many of us that was doing this. There was all over. We had people coming from the north area of Del Paso Heights. There was just one Oak Park, there was Del Paso Heights. Freeport, Glen Elders. So it was made up of different groups of people from Sacramento. It was a diverse community and members. And I'm just so proud and thankful that the people came to our assistance after the shooting of the office and rallied around us and helped us out, because without them, we wouldn't be nowhere, you know, because the party is nothing but people that support us. We are the people, you know. I don't know what to say, but I try to give you a few insights that back then, Oak Park was much different than what it is nowadays. So thank you for your time.